Today we're going to review the Smart Tooling Skin Panel Demo instructional video. The first thing you'll want to do is collect all your supplies. They are pre-preg kit, vacuum bag consumables and vacuum tape, Viton O-ring cord stock, Form Smart tool coated in PTFE tape, Technician's tool set, Smart Call Master reform tool, noodle forming tool, cure mold base plate, and call plate. Lay up the Omega stringer following the ply schedule provided by Smart Tooling. All joints should be butt joints. If a lap joint is observed, mark, trace, and trim away. After the first layer of pre-preg is applied, perform a debulk on the Smart tool. Cover the layup in a release ply. Followed by a layer of breather. Slide a vacuum tube bag through the Smart tool. Slide additional vacuum tube bag on the outside of the Smart tool. Attach vacuum base port to breather pad and slide into vacuum bag. Make sure the breather pad is in contact with the breather wrapped around the Smart tool. Seal the inner and outer bag to each other at each end using vacuum tape. Apply vacuum and check for bridging. If no bridging is found, let sit under vacuum for 10 minutes. While debulk on the Omega stringer is occurring, begin layup on the base plies. After all 4 plies are laid up, perform a debulk. First, apply the release barrier film. Cover the barrier release film with breather, leaving enough breather on the outside of the part for your vacuum port. Next, make the vacuum bag. Make the vacuum bag slightly larger than the base plate. Apply vacuum tape to the perimeter of the vacuum bag. Apply vacuum bag to the base plate, putting pleats in line with the vacuum port. Pull vacuum and debulk for 10 minutes. Next, begin layup of the cover plys. Ensure prepreg is tucked well into the female corners. Use a nylon or Teflon tool to help ensure this. After the first layer is applied, perform a debulk. Pull vacuum and check for bridging. If bridging occurs, release vacuum and adjust bag. Debulk for 10 minutes. Next, lay up the next 3 plys on the omega stringer and debulk. Next, apply the next 3 layers of the cover plys in debulk. For this part, we will need net-shaped preformed noodles. To make them, start by cutting a 3-inch strip of unidirectional prepreg material. Roll that into a tight cylindrical noodle. Place rolled noodle into noodle forming tool. Place bolts through tool and tighten. Once tightened, let sit for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes is up, remove bolts and separate the mold. Now repeat the process for the second noodle. Debag the base plys. Debag the omega stringer. Debag the cover plys. Place the omega stringer into the call plate. Drop in net-shaped preformed noodles. Be sure you have a 3/8 inch gap between the edge of the layup and the end of the cavity in the call plate. Next, create a resin dam by putting vacuum tape into the gap we just created. Use a vacuum tape like General Sealant's 333 or other low-flow vacuum tape. Ensure your resin dam is on both sides of the layup. Place the base plate onto the call plate. Flip entire assembly over. The assembly is now ready to be bagged for cure. Start by covering the call plate with breather. Place a piece of peel ply connecting the breather to the edge of the part. Do the same for the other side. Cover peel ply with FEP film. Place breather into both ends of smart call. And cover with full-length piece of breather. Slide vacuum tube bag through the smart tool. Apply vacuum tape to both ends of the vacuum bag. Create vacuum bag that fits over entire assembly. Place vacuum port onto breather and seal the internal bag to base plate at both ends. Next, seal the cover bag to the exposed sections of the internal vacuum bag. Finish sealing the remainder of the vacuum bag to the base plate, pleating as necessary. Attach vacuum line and pull vacuum. Check for bridging. If bridging occurs, remove vacuum and adjust vacuum bag. Make sure you check for bridging down the inside of the smart tool. Tape vacuum tape line with blue flash breaker tape to prevent leaks during cure. Now the part is ready for cure. Place into oven or autoclave. and attach thermocouples to the part. To speed up the reforming process, you can place the Smart Tool master mold into the oven and preheat it during the cure cycle. Run prepreg manufacturer's recommended cure cycle. After cure cycle is complete, remove vacuum line and detach thermocouples. Remove part from the oven. And remove vacuum bag consumables. Remove the part from the call plate. Place part back into oven and heat the Smart Tool above its activation temperature. Once the Smart Tool is above its activation temperature, remove part from oven and using a gloved hand, break the surface tension between the part and the Smart Tool. Additional non-marring tools can be used to assist in hard-to-reach places. Once the surface tension is broken all the way around the part, the Smart Tool can be extracted from the part. Remove lid from the form tool. Place deformed Smart Tool into the reforming tool and allow to relax to roughly reformed shape. Remove the reforming tool from the oven and bolt together. Check for large gaps between the Smart Tool and the reforming tool. If large gaps are present, heat the Smart Tool up and hand shape up against the reform tool. Trim O-rings so that they extend only 1/8 inch past the end of the tool and pull vacuum bag through. Cover exposed O-rings with a small piece of vacuum tape. Apply vacuum tape to both ends of the vacuum tube bag and seal to the mold face. Make sure the vacuum bag runs over the exposed O-rings. Pull vacuum and check for bridging. If no bridging has occurred, allow mold to cool back down to room temperature with vacuum applied. Once mold has cooled to room temperature, detach vacuum line, unbolt the mold, and remove vacuum bag consumable. Remove Smart Tool and check for reforming accuracy. Check the Teflon tape for damage and spot repair as necessary. The Smart Tool is now ready for another cycle. Thank you. This has been Tim Holtz, Project Engineer at Smart Tooling. If you have any questions, please reach out to me directly via email or consult your SOP.